Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Escape the Mad Mummy. This game came out in 2004 from Milton Bradley, and it is for 2 to 4 players. The object of Escape the Mad Mummy is you are going to try to escape the tomb with 5 treasures. You're going to be dealing with a mummy, other players, and then you're going to be dealing with this really unique spinning cube, and you're going to be rolling the dice as many times as you can while this thing is spinning. So let's show you Escape the Mad Mummy. Okay, folks, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and start with the game board, and as you can see right now, it is in the shape of a pyramid, a 3D pyramid. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to have to open up this pyramid, and it is going to reveal the game board and all of its parts. First thing everyone's going to do is they're going to go ahead and roll these dice, and whoever has the highest roll is going to have the privilege of opening up the tomb. Now, these are mummies over here, and right now they're going to count as 0. So let's just say I got the highest number and I rolled a 7, so I will go ahead and open up the tomb. Here we go, folks. Pretty cool. I love that. This is one of the reasons why I love vintage board games. So what you've got here are you've got 20 different types of treasures over here. Here are the 10 different treasures that are in the game, and of course there's a total of 20. I just wanted to show you this. Really nice detail, and the pieces are plastic. But yeah, really cool looking. These are the explorers. You're going to pick one, and then you have a mummy that is laying over here in the tomb. Everybody is also going to be receiving a bag where they're going to be placing their treasures here in these spaces, and the bag color is going to be synonymous with the token color. So I'm going to go ahead and place this over here. Now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling these dice, and you're also going to spin this big cube over here. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to be rolling the dice, and you're going to be moving around the board trying to collect treasures. So let's talk about some of the spaces. You've got one that says take a treasure. If you land on that, you're going to simply take a treasure and put it in your bag, and you're not going to be able to hold more than 5. If you land on the secret passage, this will allow you to go to another section of the board. There's one over here, and then there is one over here. If you land on the trapdoor space, this is going to take you to the hidden chamber, and there's 2 choices that you have. You'll be able to pay a treasure back into the treasure chest over here to get out and continue rolling, or if you want, you can end your turn and then get back out on your next turn. Right over here is the exit. If you have 5 treasures when you get over here, then you're going to be able to try to escape the tomb, which is the way you're going to win the game, is by getting out of the tomb with the 5 treasures. And the way you're going to simply do that is roll doubles, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. So now we'll go ahead and talk about the dice. The numbers on the die, you're going to roll these, and whatever numbers you roll, you are going to move that amount of spaces. If you end up rolling the mummy, you are going to move the mummy out of his tomb. Let's say you ended up rolling one mummy, you would move him up like this, and you're going to face him going clockwise. So now let's just say while you are rolling the dice, the mummy is over here. Let's say you roll the 3, and 1, 2, 3, and you landed on the mummy. If you end up landing on the mummy, you're going to have to go ahead and give up one of your treasures if you have it, and then you'll keep on going if you can. Also, let's just say the mummy happened to be behind you, and you were rolling, and you ended up rolling a mummy. He would go onto your space like this. Again, you would end up giving up a treasure. Now, you'll be allowed to pass the mummy, and the mummy will be allowed to pass you with no consequence, but if you land on him or he lands on you, you're going to go ahead and give up a treasure. Now also, if you happen to land on another explorer by exact count, say you roll a 2, you will be able to take a treasure from his bag and then put it into your bag. So now let's talk about this big cube over here. There is a ripcord that comes with this game, and there's a little hole that you're going to be sticking it in over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to yank this thing really hard, and then you're going to place it on top of this pyramid over here on one of the red spaces, and this thing is going to be spinning. While it is spinning, you're going to be rolling the die as many times as you can and moving around the board and taking treasures and following along what it says. Now once this die falls, your turn is going to go ahead and end, and whatever it lands on, you're going to follow its instructions. You land on collect the treasure, you're going to collect the treasure. If you land on send mummy to the tomb, you're going to send the mummy back over here to the tomb. If it lands on mummy attacks, the mummy is going to attack the closest explorer to him. So let's say, for example, this guy's over here. Mummy attacks, ends up over here. The mummy is now going to move over to that explorer and take him back into the tomb with him. Now, in order for him to get out of the tomb, he is going to have to roll doubles to escape. Now, if it turns out that the mummy is on the secret passage when this shows up, he will be able to go into the other secret passage like so, and if there's an explorer on the other end of the secret passage, he'll be able to capture him like that as well. Now the mummy cube is going to fall off the board, and most likely it's going to be knocking off pieces and pawns and the mummy itself on the board or even off the board. When this happens, so long as everything is on the board, the pieces are going to go back in here. The players are going to stand back up where they were last at before they got knocked off, and so will the mummy. Now, if the mummy ends up getting knocked off the board by the cube, he's going to go back into his tomb. If a player gets knocked off by this cube, he is going to go into one of the hidden chambers, and he'll be able to move out on his next turn. So let's go ahead and give this thing a spin. I'm going to be purple. Here we go, folks. Okay, the mummy moves 1, and the mummy's always going to move first. There's 2. Okay, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take a treasure. Boom. Roll again. Okay, mummy moves. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I just lost the treasure. Here we go again. Mummy goes 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take another treasure. Roll again. Mummy moves. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, it fell off, as you can see, and it says, send mummy to the tomb. So I ended up getting 1 treasure on my turn, and the mummy's going to end up going back into his tomb. And the next player is going to go, and that is the way the game is going to be played. Now, again, once somebody ends up getting 5 treasures, let's say I had 5 treasures over here, and while this thing was spinning, I ended up over here. And I do not have to land on this by exact count. And then all I'll simply have to do is roll doubles while this thing is spinning. And if I'm able to do that with the 5 treasures, I will be able to escape, and I will win the game. And that, folks, is Escape the Mad Mummy. So my final thoughts on Escape the Mad Mummy. This is a game my friend Matt Wilkins gave me when he came to visit. He gave me several games. Thank you so much, Matt, for this. I actually found this game at a thrift store a while back, and for some reason I decided not to get it, and I wish I had. Now, the components in this game are really cool. Love the way that the game turns into a pyramid at the very beginning. But again, this is why I love some of these vintage board games. They're just so unique. And I love the spinning cube, too. I've never seen that in a board game as far as spinning a cube, but this is yet another unique component, but it's really, really cool. Now, the game itself, it's very fast, it's very furious. I would say this game can either end pretty fast or it might take a little more time, but it is a very fast game. You're going to be chucking those dice and moving, chucking those dice and moving before the thing falls off. Now, of course, the cube is going to fall off, and I'm glad that the instructions had some rules as to what you can do when pieces start getting knocked off the board. This is a very light game. This would be a game, if you're an adult, that you would most likely play first, or if you're just trying to kill some time, you're just looking to have a little bit of fun and play some. If you're looking for just a fun, quick game, I think this game fits the bill. I think there are also some things that you could do to make the game better. You might be able to have like some blockades or something like that, or maybe add a few more house rules just to make the game more interesting. As the game is now, I think kids are really going to like this game. The components are great. I think for adults, this is a game that they're also going to enjoy, but I think if you were able to instill like a few more house rules, you could make the game even that much more enjoyable. Would definitely recommend this game if you like light games and fun games and games that are really quick to learn. You can get this game really cheap. So guys, that's my review of Escape the Mad Mummy. We'll see you later. Keep on gaming.